Hello and welcome to Glittershinenails. In my last video I swatched and reviewed some products in which Born Pretty Store had very kindly sent to me to review. In this video I'm going to be using them to create a mani. Now this is something I haven't done in a long time. As always, I'll leave all the product information in the description box below. Before we get started, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you have the bell notification turned on. And please also like this video. These really do help out my channel. Thank you. Here are all the products. I'll be using the pot of gems. Now what I have done is put them into a wheel so I can see them better. And I've also put the two different size crystals apart as well. And I've had a little bit of practice with some pointy back crystals that I had already got. Now I've never used this style of crystal before, so it was a little bit interesting. With the self-adhesive sheet I also had a bit of practice too, and I have to say that was an epic fail. So it's going to be interesting applying this. I'll also be using the 3 gel polishes as well. I also have, from my box of crystals, I brought out some micro beads and some tiny crystals as well. So I'll be using Bethany, my silicone hand, for this mani. And in a previous video I did an aquagel French nail, and I've decided to keep that for this design. So I've already applied a base coat layer to all of the other nails and I've cured that. And now I'm going to go in with my first layer of the colours. The ring finger will be white and I'll be using the self-adhesive sheet over this. The pinky and the middle fingers will be red and I'll be adding some crystals to these nails. And then on the thumb I'll just be applying the black. I'll cure each of the colour layers for 60 seconds, and if I get any gel polish onto the hand I'll remove that with a brush and some isopropyl alcohol before I cure. As you can see, working on the thumb on this hand isn't the easiest thing, and I am still learning how to work with Bethany, my silicone hand. So I'll now go in with the second coat and I'm just going to repeat the same again. Now I have found that if you can make your first layer as perfect as you can possibly make it, the other layers will go on much easier and quicker. And I do this for gel polishes and normal nail polishes, and it really does make a difference. Also, because these are clear tips, I am going to do a third coat off camera just so it looks a little bit better. If I was doing this on my own nails I would probably just need the 2 coats. Now the white nail does look a little bit funny, and I didn't realise this, but unfortunately I haven't made the aquagel base as smooth as I could have done. But it's going to be covered anyway, so I'm not worried. Once I've finished applying the colours, I'm going to go in with a layer of the Born Pretty No Wipe Top Coat to the red and black nails. I won't be applying the top coat to the white nail as I have removed the tacky layer already for the self-adhesive sheet. Once I've applied it to all the nails that I am top coating, I'll cure that in my lamp for 60 seconds and then I'm ready to add some decoration to these nails. Now I've never used adhesive sheet like this before, but I'm just going to have a look and see what area I want to use, and I'll then cut that out with a pair of scissors. When applying products like this, I'm making sure that it is slightly shorter than the nail bed itself. I don't want any extra hanging off and not being encapsulated in the top coat, otherwise it will just peel off. Once I've got a rough area, I'll then remove the top sheet and then very carefully remove the sheet from the backing that it's on. Once I've removed it from the backing, I'm going to very gently try to place this onto the nail without touching the back. I don't want any sticky fingerprints on it. When I did my first try, I did place it onto a clear stamper and then placed it over the nail. It did sort of work, and I definitely want to give it another try again. But what I have had to do is sort of, to get it to sit right, cut into the sheet. And I did find that it was quite easy to line up with another part, and you really can't tell that that's what I've done. Once I'm happy with the placement of the sheet, I'll then come in with my stalk scissors just to cut away any excess overhang that is there. I really want to make this as short as possible. Oh, and just one quick note, I couldn't get acetone to melt this sheet either, which I thought was a little bit strange, but I did give it a try. I was actually quite amazed at how easy I could work with this sheet, to be fair. Normally things like this, decals and bits and pieces, are a nightmare for me, but it was quite easy. So now that I have finished, I could go in and apply a top coat, but what I'm going to use is actually a builder gel in a bottle, just to really smooth out the nail, but I'm also wanting the tacky layer as well. When trying to smooth it over, I'm also trying to keep it really thin, but encapsulating the sheet at the same time. Once I've played around with the builder gel in a bottle and got it to where I am happy with it, I will cure that for a full 60 seconds, and I am using my Sun 5 48 watt UV and LED lamp as I always do. Now that's cured, I'm going to use some jelly gel polishes from Your Sugar to colour this beautiful design in with. I do have the full range here of the jellies, and I'm just going to pick some of them to use. Now, I've never used these before other than for the lid bottles, so I'm quite intrigued how these are going to work. I've got my circle silicone mat to use as well, and I also have a selection of thin lined brushes and a dotting tool to apply these with. So I'll just apply a small bead of the green jelly gel polish to the mat, and with my brush I'm just going to fill in the leaves that are there. Because they are a little on the pale side, I might have to go in with a second small layer over the top just to really deepen that colour a little bit more. When I'm happy, I'll just give this a 10-second cure, and that is just to hold it in place, and I'll move on to the next colour, and I'll just repeat that until I'm happy with how the entire nail looks. At the end, I will give it a full 30-second cure, and I'll finish the rest of the colouring off camera. So as to not make this video super long, I've completely finished this nail off camera. After I did my last cure, I applied a layer of the builder gel in a bottle over the top, and I cured that. I then cleaned the nail completely with isopropyl alcohol, and I brought in a 180 grit file and I filed over the nail just to make it nice, smooth and even. And then I finished it off with a layer of the no wipe top coat, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. Them jelly polishes are brilliant to work with. The only one I had to use a second layer with was that green. So onto the red nails. When I did my practice nail, I used my Blue Sky gum gel to push the pointy back crystals into, and it worked really well. Now I do want to try normal gel top coat as well as builder gel in a bottle or normal builder gel. Now acrylic would also be a really good choice as well, but I don't use acrylic as I'm allergic to it. But for me, I'm going to use the gum gel again as it worked really well for me, so any aqua gel product would work. With my dotting tool, because I only want a really tiny bead, I'm just going to pick up a tiny bead of the gum gel and place it onto the nail. Then with a wet brush with isopropyl alcohol, I'm going to push this into a really small circle for that rose to sit onto. Then with my gem tool, I'm going to pick up the rose and I'm going to place this very gently onto that gum gel. I will then just give it a nudge into place, and I'll then take my brush and I'll make sure that it's nice and neat underneath, that nothing's sort of squidged out underneath. And I'm then going to give that a full cure for 60 seconds. Now that's cured, I have to say that's not budging anywhere. So I'm now going to add some crystals and pearls around the rose. I will do a couple on camera and then I'll do the rest off camera. But I'm just going to add some more gum gel around the base of the rose and then use my gem tool to pick them up and to place them against the rose. Now I want to make sure that they're as close as I can get them. I don't want any sharp bits that are going to stick up and snag on clothes or hair. And then I'll just keep adding, but what I will do, just so that I'm not fighting with them moving around, I'll flash cure once I've added 2 crystals and 2 pearls, and then I'll continue on and then do a big full cure. Now I'm going to finish the rest off camera. And now you could say that I got a little carried away adding them crystals and pearls, but I've added all that I wanted to add. Now I did slightly mess up the middle finger with the pearl placement and I'm gutted about that. Now with the pinky I have completely finished and I'm going to show you what I did. So I'm going to add some no wipe top coat to the mat, and with a very fine detailing brush, and I'm going to apply the top coat all around the base of these crystals and pearls. Now when top coating I won't go over the crystals, even though they're not real Swarovski crystals. I just want to make sure that I'm not losing any of that really nice sparkle that they have, as going over them with top coat will change how they look. I'll use the fine detailing brush to top coat halfway down the nail, and then I will change back to the brush bottle to finish top coating the rest of the nail. Once finished, I will then give it one final 60-second cure and it's finished. I'll also add some cuticle oil for the pictures that I'm about to take. Now I've really enjoyed creating this mani. It's very different for me, but I have loved using all these products that Born Pretty sent to me. They have been all really nice to work with. I'll leave some pictures for you, and I'll also add these to my Instagram page too. Let me know if you would like to see more videos like this. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for viewing my mani tutorial using the products that Born Pretty store have very kindly sent to me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, then please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment below. I love to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button and share. Also, don't forget to come over and follow me on my Instagram page at glittershinenails. So until next time, thanks for watching and bye.